What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Hope everyone had a great weekend, but we are back with yet another off-season rebuild. We got 3 teams to do this week, but I asked you guys yesterday in the community tab who you wanted first, and you guys surprisingly voted for the Orlando Magic. Maybe I shouldn't be too surprised because it's been a long time since we've done a Magic rebuild, and they're probably the more exciting team out of the 3 that are left just because they're the youngest team. They achieved a lot. They went from the non-playoff team last year to being the 5th in the East, almost making it to the second round. They pushed the Cavs to 7 games. Very, very close. There's a lot to be excited about. A lot that this Magic team could build on. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and talk about what the Magic need to do, what we can help to build this team up, and let's get into this Orlando Magic off-season rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. But yeah, when it comes to Orlando, there's a lot to like here. Paolo Banchero has really turned himself into a star. Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs really becoming a great two-way player for Orlando. But mainly what this Orlando team needs, as we know, is more shooting or just a better offensive option to really help this team prolong their rebuild, because their offense was not as great as it could have been. I guess let's just keep it that way. But this is officially your second round. We've only had 1 game so far. Of course, that's Denver and Minnesota. But let's go ahead and see who goes on to win the championship here. You got Cavs and Thunder in the finals, and the Thunder go on to win it all. Shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder. But let's get straight to the offseason. Retirements. LeBron James is trying to retire. We'll override that here once. Now we get to go to the lottery, which Orlando is usually familiar with being in the lottery, but this year, of course, that is not a problem for us. We are not a lottery team. As Sacramento gets 1, Wizards 2, Rockets 3. It says Mavericks via Houston, but actually, Houston's pick is top 4 protected, so they actually get to keep that pick. And then 76ers via Toronto, which, of course, doesn't actually go to them. And then Thunder via Utah. I actually don't know if that Utah pick is protected. It must be top 10 protected, because I think usually 2K fixes that, fixes it itself. So Thunder looks like they lucked out on another lottery pick. But like I said, man, the main thing we need to focus on this offseason is finding that offensive option to add to this team. And I have a couple guys in mind that we're going to look at. But as always, we start with the coaching staff. Jamal Mosley, of course, is not going anywhere. We're going to keep him. Just had a really good season with this Orlando Magic team. There's a lot to be optimistic about for the Orlando Magic future. So we're just going to go ahead and fill this coaching staff. Also got to fix some of those draft picks in the lottery to just make it reflect to what it would look like in real life if the lottery order did determine to be that way. We have our coaching staff completely filled out now, so that's a great sign. And now we can go straight to draft night. But as I said, I want to fix those draft picks. I'm going to figure out who we trading for, who we signing, what option are we going to go for to put this Magic team over the top, who is going to be the guy that makes sense for this Magic roster. Today's video is brought to you by DGF's Optimizer. If you're playing on apps such as PrizePicks, Underdog, or any other of those DFS apps, having a tool like this is so clutch to finding good plays right in front of you without having to do any research whatsoever. For example, we just loaded the tool up and already found 2 really good damn plays right in front of my face without having to do any research whatsoever. OG Numby under 6.5 rebounds. I might be asking, why is this a good play? Why are we considering OG under 6.5 rebounds? As you can see, every single book has a juice heavily favored for him to go under. Pinnacle, one of those sharpest books in the world, have him as a minus 175, which is absolutely insane to see that. Bet Online, another sharp book, minus 152. All these books are heavily favoring the under of Ojunobi, under 6.5 rebounds, which is why this would be a really good play to take as under. Just because mathematically long term, it doesn't mean it's 100% going to hit, but mathematically you have an edge against PrizePicks because every single book is favoring the under at 6.5. Same with Drew Holiday, over 1.5 3-pointers made. Every single book is favoring the over there as well. If you want to check out this tool, because I found these 2 good plays right in front of me, use code Crushables, 25% off your first month. You just go ahead, find as many good plays as you want, throw them in a parlay, a 2-man, whatever you want to do. This is a great way to find good plays on PrizePicks, Underdog. Like I said, they have Underdog on here as well. All kinds of other DFS apps to choose from. Ever since I started using this tool, I've been a much profitable sports bettor. As you guys can see, results are as shown. And also, let me just show you something in real time here. As you guys can see, we have OG under 6.5 rebounds, Drew Holiday over 1.5 threes. I guarantee there's a very good chance on PrizePicks that these plays are not available anymore. So let's go ahead and see if we can find the Anunoby play. So OG Anunoby, they bumped it to 6. As you can see, they that was a good play, so they had to bump it down. It's no longer available at 6.5. Let's see if Drew Holiday's 3-pointers made are still on the board. It may have been removed as well. And it is gone. So just like that, that's how you know you're getting an edge against PrizePicks. They remove the plays that are mathematically profitable against them, which is why having a tool like the Optimizer is so clutch. But I'm also partnered with PrizePicks. If you use code Crushables on PrizePicks, they match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. The way it works is you just choose between 2 to 6 players. 2 players being 3 times your entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your entry. Not only do they have basketball, by the way, there's so many different options to choose from. They got baseball, soccer, NHL, they got esports, they have cricket, for crying out loud. There's so many good options here. So if you want to take Nembhard over 17.5 PRA, and you wanted to combine it with a NHL play if you wanted to, and you want to go like Havel over a point, you can. Possibilities are endless. You could even do like 4 sports combined. You can go to NBA, NHL, MLB. You can go to soccer and find something on soccer. You could do that. The possibilities are endless on Prize Picks. Make sure you use code Crushables. Like I said, they match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100 using Prize Picks since 2021. Absolutely love it. So make sure to check it out. All links are down in the description below to these tools. Other than that, let's get back to the rebuild. So now that those draft picks are fixed, we can go back to focusing on the Orlando Magic. Now we have the 19th pick in this draft. Do we want to go ahead and draft somebody with this 19th pick or sorry, 18th pick? We have the 18th pick in this draft, and we have a couple. We have the Nuggets top 5 protected pick. We have a swap with the Suns as well. A lot of different options here that we can, choose from. But do we want to make a trade, or do we just want to draft with 18? Now I have a game plan. There's a lot of options that the Magic can go with, right? Some teams have thrown out the idea, or some people have thrown out the idea of Klay Thompson. There is a rumor with Klay Thompson potentially, maybe the Magic throw an offer at Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson would make a lot of sense for Orlando, but he's 34 years old and regresses like crazy in 2K. So in 2K, it's not going to help at all. It just won't. So we're not going to go Klay Thompson. If we take a look around the league and kind of see who could be that guy, and there's actually a certain person, especially in my world, just because I'm a Blazers fan, that a lot of people are talking about for Orlando, and I do see the fit, and I definitely think it makes a ton of sense. The Magic could go for like Murray or Trae Young as well if they really wanted to, but we've beat that horse. In other videos, we've done that already, so we're not going to do that today. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to look at a guy like Anthony Simons. And you may be thinking, Anthony Simons, he's kind of polarizing, because some people think he's good, some people just don't like him at all. I don't know, they think he's Jordan Poole 2.0, I guess. I don't know, but when this guy plays, man, trust me, as a Blazers fan, he's damn good, man. And I think he'd be exactly what Orlando needs. Still only 25 years old. He's on a great contract as well. 25 million in this day and age is a really good contract for 2 years. And Portland also is in a luxury tax, and Orlando has salary that they can, or has cap space that they could just almost absorb Simons. So I do believe a trade with Orlando and Portland makes a ton of sense if Anthony Simons was involved. Anthony, funny enough, actually grew up a Magic fan as well. So I guess, that's kind of fitting. But yeah, I do believe Anthony Simons would be perfect in Orlando. That's just my opinion. I know some people, like I said, don't like him, but I think he'd be perfect, and that's what we're going with. I think him in Orlando, he would absolutely break on the scene. Most of the injuries as well he's dealt with in Portland have been pretty much faked. I think for the most part, it's mostly because this team is just tanking, and it does make sense for Portland to maybe go in the route of starting Scoot and Sharp going forward, as they try to combine their names together for some reason. But yeah, Portland needs out of luxury tax. They have 2 guards that they can start instead, and Magic need an offensive option as a guy like Anthony Simons, who's a good shooter. He makes so much sense to me. So we are going to do that. And I don't get him that often, usually anyway, which is why I also like the idea of this. So I am going to try to trade for Anthony Simons on draft night. So we're going to offer 18th overall, and I think Jet Howard. I think that's more than enough. Maybe you think that's too much. Like I said, some people don't like Anthony Simons. That's totally fine. And then if we need to throw I think that's more than enough, though, because Jet Howard's a lottery pick last year, and you get the 18th overall pick in this draft. I think that's decent value. You could convince me that maybe a Nuggets pick that's probably not gonna be very good anyway next year could be involved as well. But let's see if they just do this. They say no, so I'm okay with including that Nuggets pick, and they agree. So just like that, we have Anthony Simons, and again, I think he is a perfect fit here in Orlando. So Anthony, we're gonna shrink him down to point guard, and Suggs is gonna start the 2. And I think Suggs and Anthony would be a perfect backcourt, because Suggs, of course, like I said, has turned into a really good 2-way player for Orlando, and he'd be a perfect fit next to Anthony Simons. So really like this addition for us. So now we have Anthony Simons. We have our guy that's going to help this offense, which I think, Anthony could definitely do. He's not going to, have all the pressure on him either. There's a lot of talented forwards around him. It just makes so much sense, man. I just think it's a match made in heaven. Will it happen this offseason? I don't know, but I do believe it makes a ton of sense. Paul Banchero, we're going to go and accept that option, of course. No reason to let him go. Jumo Kiki, we will extend the qualifying offer, and then in free agency, let's see what we got going on. So, Markelle Fultz is a free agent. He doesn't want much. I don't know how Orlando fans feel about Markelle Fultz. I'd be okay with letting him go just because I do believe he had depth, but because we have Anthony Black, who we could play next year. So yeah, I do believe I'm fine with letting Fultz just walk, and we could focus our money somewhere else. And I'm really looking at a better backup center. I think we can move like Mo Wagner, Jonathan Isaac around. I know Isaac has played some 5s for Orlando as well, but let's go take a look. Like, we can go get Isaiah Hartenstein or Drummond, for instance, and I honestly love that for us. I'm going to go ahead and sign Isaiah Hartenstein to be our backup 5, though. He'd be perfect. Now, him making $14 million, I don't think is out of the realm of possibility. He's been really good in this, run with the Knicks. But I'm going to try to get him 12.5. I think that's more than a fair contract for him. As long as he doesn't have other offers, which there's a chance he does. But no, right now he has no other offers. So there's a good chance he just signs that right away, and he does. So we get Isaiah Hartenstein as our backup center. That is perfect. Absolutely love that for Orlando. So give him his salary. He gets a lot of money. And now we can move things around. So I'm going to move Anthony Black to shooting guard. So we'll do that. So he's going to go up to the 2. He's 6'7". So yeah, more than capable of doing that. So we'll move him there. And not only do you have Jalen Suggs, who can lock up, you also have now Anthony Black, who's eventually going to turn in that, I assume, for Orlando. And like I said, we can move Isaac around to the 3 if we wanted to. There's a lot of different things we can do. So we can move we want to move Mo Wagner to 3. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I mean, I guess I'll just leave it the way it is right now. So Mo Wagner probably wouldn't get minutes anyway. So yeah, we'll just leave that the way it is. Really like where this team is at. Maybe a better backup, or not backup 5, a better center in the future wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But Wendell Carter really spaces the 4 for Orlando, has really, come on the scene as well. So yeah, I really like this team. So I think with Anthony Simons and bringing in Hartenstein, that is the couple guys that helps out this team for the future, which I absolutely love. Simons also progressed a little bit. It doesn't say he did because we, moved him to shooting guard, but he went up, which is great. Anthony Black's up to a 79. Hartenstein is down, which is kind of unfortunate, but Houston is up. So yeah, I really like this roster going into next season. I do believe there's a lot to be optimistic about if Orlando traded for Anthony Simons. But that's not the only option they could have went with. Of course, there's going to be like D'Lo in free agency, Malik Monk, also another interesting option. Klay Thompson, as I, kind of talked about already, but I just think, his Ben 2K would have been okay, but he would just regress and it probably wouldn't, go very well. But power ranking Orlando's 21st overall. We're 3.5 balanced, and here's what your rotation is going to look like. So Anthony Simons, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, Wendell Carter, Isaiah Hartenstein, Jonathan Isaac, Cole Anthony, and Anthony Black, which is honestly, in my mind, perfect for what the rotation needs to be. And then last but certainly not least, I do want to look at shot tendencies really quick. So Paolo and Franz Wagner makes sense. Anthony Simons is an 80. I'm going to boost that up just a little bit because I do want him taking a bunch of shots. Franz Wagner, of course, is the guy here as well. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this team does. Hopefully Anthony Simons can take this team to the next level. I do believe the offense is going to be much better with him. Let's go ahead and celebrate the season and see how it goes. And if you're a Magic fan, let me know. Let me know. Do you want Anthony Simons or do you want nothing to do with him? Is there someone else you're looking at? Let me know. But let's go ahead and celebrate this season and see how it goes. So at the end of the season, Jokic wins MVP. Stefan's your Rookie of the Year. Drummond's your 6th man. And you got Wembanyama in Defense Player, Hardy Most Improved. And Paulo's your Clutch Player there, which is really cool to see. So this year, of course, was all about taking that next step. And I believe we did that. So let's take a look at what that looked like for us. So here's your All-NBA first team. All-NBA second team. I imagine we're not going to have anybody on here. Maybe Polo eventually makes one. Offensive first team and all offensive second team. And here's your rookie first team and all rookie second team. So we ended up as this year the 4th seed in the East. So we took from the 5th seed to the 4th seed. So that is a step in the right direction. If we take a look at the player stats, you had 22 from Polo, 18 from Anthony, 17 from Franz Wagner, 13 from Suggs, 12 from Cole Anthony, and then you had 10 from Wendell Carter, 10 from Isaac, 8 from Hartenstein with 8 as well off the bench, 8 points, 8 rebounds, and then 4.5 from Anthony Black. So not too shabby. Would like to see Simons in that 20-point per game range, but 18 I guess is fine. Franz Wagner was 17. But yeah, I think Anthony could come in Orlando and average, he's already averaged 22 in Portland. I think he could do similar things in Orlando. But we get the New York Knicks in round 1, who of course have had a really good run in themselves. This is not going to be an easy matchup by any means, but hopefully we can find a way to get lucky here. Now, I also did extend Jonathan Isaac and Wendell Carter, so both of them have been extended for the foreseeable future. So both of them got an extension. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. Let's go ahead and see if we can beat this New York Knicks squad in round 1. So they actually want to start Hartenstein over Wendell Carter. I guess we'll see how that goes. But somebody current round, Hartenstein's former squad, and we are going to be down 3-1. That's not great. Not good at all. So we're going to go ahead and listen to what 2K has to suggest now and see if we get built. So they want to start Cole Anthony over Anthony Simons in this, elimination game. So hopefully we can win this one. If we can't, then it's back to the drawing board. So it looks like we are done for here. We are going to, well, maybe, no, we lose. Okay. So we get bounced in round 1. Anthony, did he have 33 that game off the bench? Did I see that correctly, or am I tripping? Yeah, he had 33 off the bench. So I guess maybe he's a bench player. Just kidding. But let's go ahead and see. So we got Hawks and Rockets in the finals. The Hawks go on to win the championship. So yeah, just a weird simulation in general. LeBron James this year is going to retire. Nothing we can do about it this time. Let's go straight to the lottery, though. And of course, let's go ahead and see. I don't think we have a pick in this draft now that we've made those moves that we did. Lakers get 1. Magic 26. We do have a late pick in this draft. Staff signing. Small Mosley, of course, we'll go ahead and keep around. We're not going to fire him after just one disappointing season. But hey, if next year things don't go very well, we can get Darvin Ham as our assistant. Let's do it. Darvin Ham, welcome. If next year things don't go very well, then maybe it's time to look at it. But I want to be able to keep him. I don't think it's necessarily his fault. I think if we can upgrade the big man spot, that's probably what we're going to look to do. Wendell Carter, we just extended him as well, so it may not make a ton of sense to do now, but we'll still look into it. So let's go straight into draft night, and let's see what we can do. So we have 26, 21, and 26. Okay, so 3 picks in this draft. Let's go ahead and draft with 26, and I'll let the assistant GM take the other 2. So we can get Nikola late in this draft. I actually think that's a pretty solid selection here, so we'll do that, and the assistant GM can take the other 2. So we got Nikola, Armstrong, and Petite, I guess. So we'll go ahead and sign those guys. 3 guys I'm looking at that give us some assets to maybe make that move for the 5 we're talking about. Suggs and Wagner both being free agents, of course, is huge. We got to bring both of them back. So team's about to get expensive, probably. So, yeah, Suggs, Mo Wagner, Franz Wagner. So, yeah, I'm going to re-sign Jalen Suggs. We have money if we wanted to just go ahead and sign someone else. But, of course, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep the core together. It may have disappointed last year, but I have high hopes it won't this year. So I'm going ahead and getting Suggs and Franz Wagner a re-sign, which is great. All right, so as I said, we're going to be looking to see if we can get a better center. I don't know if we can, but I'm going to take a look into it, see if we can upgrade that 5 spot, because that's like the one spot right now I'm looking at and thinking, you know, we could upgrade that spot, and I think that'd be huge. So Carter, as much as I like you and we just extended you, I think it makes sense to maybe look into it. And I might keep Carter as the backup 5, we'll see, although we have Hardenstein, so one of them is probably going to go here. So I'm looking around for center, and immediately Claxton came to my mind, of course. You got like Jonas Valanciunas, Jakob Poeltl, Wembanyama, of course, not going to be available. Chat not available. I was thinking about Gobert for a second, because just imagine how good we would be defensively with Gobert. But the problem is he's just too old, I think. Like, he's going to regress, and I don't really want to trade for him if he's going to, you know, regress like crazy. But on the other hand, take a look at another really good defensive center, and I'm looking at Cleveland, which they're rebuilding. So Jarrett Allen, of course, eventually could make a ton of sense for a trade, because maybe Cleveland moves on and they're probably going to get bounced by Boston in round 2 and things will be changed. So I'm going to try to trade for Jarrett Allen here. I think Jarrett Allen would be amazing in Orlando. 15 and 12, 42% from 3, I guess, last year as well. I don't know when he started taking 3s, but shout out to him. I'm going to go ahead and try to make a trade here. So we do have some star to throw together. So we're going to try to make something happen here. Does it require Anthony Black? Maybe, but I'm going to try. Let's throw Wendell Carter in here to start things off. That gives him a new center option to look at as a backup or whatever. Do I have to throw Cole Anthony in here? I don't know if Garland and Cole Anthony would be the best fit in the world, so probably won't go that route. I'll throw Nikola in here. We just got in the draft, and we just need a little bit more money in here, and I'll throw Petite in here. Well, looks like we're still a little bit off. I could throw Armstrong in here as well. I think it's a pretty strong offer so far, and then we give you one of the swaps with Sun or Phoenix. I think Phoenix, pick could be very valuable, or we could do our own in 2027. I'd probably rather keep that Phoenix pick. So what do you say for Jarrett Allen? All of this, a lot to give up, but I think Jarrett Allen would just elevate this team to a next level, and they do agree. So just like that, Cleveland gives us Jarrett Allen, and now we have a pretty damn good rotation. So Wendell Carter, I appreciate your time, but man, oh man, Jarrett Allen just takes us to the next level, I think. So I think this team could be, very good next year. Caruso, another guy who could probably help out a little bit. I'm going to give him a 1-year deal because he's probably going to regress, but having him as an option in case people foul out is probably perfect. So let's go straight to player progression and let's see where we're at. So we got Anthony does not move, which is really unfortunate. I was kind of hoping he would develop in this video, and he has not at all. Kind of disappointed by that, but Paulo, Suggs, Franz Wagner are our guys, I guess. So maybe Anthony wasn't the right decision. I thought he'd progress more. He has not. I still think he'd be a good fit, but he's an 83 overall still, so we can't be too discouraged. But unfortunately, I thought he'd go up to like an 86 at least, but nah, has not happened. So let's go straight into next season. I think next year, low-key, could be a contender type year. I do believe we could get the first seed in the East. be very interesting next year. I don't know if we win a championship, but we're on the cusp of doing so, I think. So let's go straight into next season. There's a good chance we extend Simons. He's on the last of his contract and maybe looking at extension. I don't know if he's willing to sign one already. Let's see. So he is none. So right now, I don't know if he's just not thinking about it or what. So let's see what his contract. Let's see what he said. I believe there's a... Is it not here right now? No social media progression. Okay, here we go. I need to make a decision about my contract. I'm starting to believe that free agency might be best for me. All right, fair enough. Maybe we flip him at the deadline in a bigger trade. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead, submit this season, hoping for better results. Hurricane Legends 13th overall. Jarrett Allen also needs an extension. I just thought about that. So really got to consider what we're about to do because this team is about to get expensive. The Nikola Jokic wins MVP, Cooper Flag Rookie of the Year in LA, which is interesting. Never seen that before from him. But I guess the Lakers did get the first pick in the draft last year. 6 man goes to Walker, Wembanyama offensive player. Star most improved, intra and clutch player, and Mosley is your coach of the year as we went 61-21. So of course, we're looking at a really good team, which I absolutely love. This is what we wanted. We went ahead and tried to make a good team, and we've done that so far. Now, does a result in a championship, of course, is the biggest question because the team, like I said, is about to get expensive. You have 3 guys who are going to have to get paid this offseason, and Anthony, Jarrett Allen, and Paulo Banchero. So hopefully you can just get the championship out of the way now and make some hard decisions in the offseason. But taking a look at the end of the season stats, yeah, 23 from Paulo, 19 from Franz, 18 from Anthony Simons. He's shooting 34% from 3. Damn, he's sucking in this game. Man, 2K has no respect for Anthony Simons. He's a lot better of a shooter than that. But all right, 34% it is, I guess. A little unfortunate. Maybe he was not the guy to get in this video, at least in 2K. I think in real life he'd be a great fit, but whatever. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we get Detroit in round 1. They have Cade, Ivy, Asar, Isaiah Stewart, DeRozan, Capella, Quickly, Marcus Sasser, Quinn Grimes. So of course, I think we should be able to beat Detroit. Hopefully, we are in an even series with them. Let's go ahead and figure out what is going wrong here and see if we can win game 5 in Orlando. So we did not just get the first in the East just to get bounced in round 1 by an AFC Detroit Pistons team, right? Like, surely we didn't do that. Hopefully not. And it is a back and forth game so far, and we are going to lose game 5. Majority of the time, the team that wins game 5 goes on to win the series. So we really about to get bounced in round 1. I will not feel great about it if we do. And Detroit's giving us some problems, man, and they are going to bounce round 1. Wow. Not great. Not great at all. Detroit beats us as the 8th seed, bro. That sucks. All right. Thunder, Raptors, and the Thunder going on with the championship. Joe Holmgren is your Finals MVP. Really, really disappointed in that result. Really, really disappointed. Did not foresee getting bounced by an 8th seed like that. All right. Draft lottery time. Well, it looks like we projected a lottery pick. Phoenix gives us the 9th overall pick. That's huge. Love that for us. Staff signing, we got Jamal Mosley. I mean, he might be fired after that, right? Like, I think you gotta fire a guy after that. Yeah, he's fired. Maybe it's not his fault, but we're gonna fire him anyway. So I'm gonna sign Nick Nurse, maybe if he signs. Let's try it for Nick Nurse. Probably gonna miss out on a lot of these guys, but we'll, try anyway. Chauncey Billups, of course, we're not going for him. Bickerstaff, Tyronn Lue we can go for. I'm probably gonna miss out on a majority of these guys, but we're gonna try anyway. So let's see what else we got. Jamal Mosley, Willie Green, Nick Nurse, Doc Rivers, Quinn Snyder. Can I get Quinn Snyder maybe? I don't think I'm going to get a single one of those guys. I got to scrape at the bottom of the barrel a little bit more. Maybe I mean, last resort is Bickerstaff. No, not. Okay, so we're going to get Tyronn Lue. That's huge. I didn't think Tyronn Lue would sign. So we get Tyronn Lue to be our new head coach in Orlando. I will take that. So now we go straight to draft night. We have the 9th overall pick. We're probably going to draft this pick because, like I said, the team's about to get expensive. So let's just draft at number 9 and see what we can get. So number 9, we are going to have Bryson, Drake, Caleb Wilson, Jack. I'm going to take Bryson here, though, at the top out of high school, I guess. Welcome to Orlando. We get a 78 overall. So not too shabby. We got a couple bums in round 2, so now I'm going to sign them. Cole Anthony, team option. I'm going to accept it, of course. Qualifying offers, Paul Banchero, free agent. Jarrett Allen, free agent. Anthony, free agent. What are these guys asking for? Anthony Simons, you have been terrible, low-key. I thought you'd be much better, but you just aren't. Maybe you were not the guy to go for. I didn't give up like a ton. Yeah, we gave up Jet Howard. That was unfortunate. We are going to re-sign Paulo and also Jarrett Allen, of course. Like, that's 2 must re-signs in my opinion. So we're going to re-sign them. Anthony, I'm still debating on you what I want to do with you. As much as I don't want to lose you for nothing, I think that'd be kind of unfortunate. I do believe we resign him and then trade him at the deadline. I think that's the best way to go about things at this point. Or we could just start Cole Anthony. I mean, we don't have money to go for anybody better, so I think it makes all the sense in the world to just resign him. Team is very expensive, as I said, but we needed to resign him. We're not just gonna lose him for nothing. So, we're gonna, or we could maybe just think this is a sign and trade right now. Let's see if we can just move him right now. Let's take a look and see if there's any options. To allow me to shoot for the stars in this potential trade idea, I'm looking at the Phoenix Suns, who we have their draft picks. So I'm going to try to see if, I think we have more. I think we have another draft pick of theirs anyway. But Devin Booker. Can we get Devin Booker off of them? 29 years old. Of course, he averaged 23 last year. But D-Book would just be amazing. So I'm going to try to make this happen. I doubt it happens, but we can try. So I'm going to have to include a decent amount of salary in this trade. And then Bryson Tilley in this trade. And then, we'd be gutting our roster pretty hefty, though, if we do this trade. I don't know. Is this worth it? Simons, Cole Anthony, Tilley. Like, I could justify that, but throwing in, like, Hardenstein or Isaac might be a little tough to do. Not going to lie. Not going to lie to you. How much are we off? We're so close to being able to sign him to a deal or trading for him. Okay, so I was able to sign Caleb Houston, so we are back with this offer once again. So I'm offering Simons, Tilley, Cole Anthony, Caleb Houston, and then... I guess we don't have another Suns pick. I thought we did for some reason, but I'm going to offer 2028 and 2030 for Devin Booker. If they don't say yes to this, we run it back. No big deal. Not really concerned if they say no. But all of this for D-Book. What do you say? They disagree. All right, that's fine. We'll just run it. We'll go into next season with the way the roster is. So, Parking Lands is 12th overall. Proficiency is 3.5 pace in space. But, of course, we can make this a 4.5, which we will absolutely do. So, I will be on the lookout still for an upgrade at that point guard spot. Anthony, I thought you'd be the guy for the answer. You have not been at all. But we'll keep looking. We'll be on the prowl. So, here's rotation. We're going to run an 9-man rotation, of course, as usual. And we'll see how it goes. So, hoping for a really good season. I expect there to be a good season. But, man, oh, man. Once we can, hopefully make a big trade at the deadline, this should be a contending team that no one wants to play. All right, so we are stopped at the trade deadline, looking to make one offer and one offer only, and that is for Jalen Brunson. He is averaging 25, 43% shooting from three. The Knicks are terrible. They're rebuilding. He is available. Can I get him? I have no idea, but we're going to shoot our offer towards the Knicks, and they agree. We get Jalen Brunson. As you can see, they were selling. They weren't very good. They have Anthony Simons now. We have Jalen Brunson. That is my all-in move to hopefully make this team the contender that I think they can be. We have Monte Morris from free agency as well to be the new backup point guard. Brunson, elevate us to the next step. Hopefully we go win that championship now. All right, so we are in the playoffs, and that's all that truly matters. We didn't get like the first in the East or anything like that, but we are the third seed. So hopefully that means something. 27 points from Paulo, 25 from Brunson, 21 from Franz, 13 from Suggs, 12 from Jarrett Allen. I mean, if this team can't get out around one, I'm going to be pretty discouraged. We get Toronto around one, who have Daniels, Quentin Grimes, RJ Barnes, Duran, Grady Dick. Solid team, but we should be able to beat them in theory. We're down 3-1. What do I got to do to get Orlando out of round one today? What on earth is going on? I can't get out of round freaking one today, I guess. I don't know why. Man, I even traded away Anthony. I thought he was the problem. Bro, I cannot believe we can't get out of round one today. That's insane. Wasn't it like this last video too? Can we win this game? No, we can't. We can't get out of round one. I have no idea why. I don't know how this team doesn't get out of round one. How does this team not get out of round one? No clue. Literally not a clue in the world. I can't give up on that note though. I'm going one more time. If we get eliminated next year in round one, I give up, I guess. Like GG's. But man, the fact that we've gotten bounced 2 years in a row, or I guess 3 years in a row in round one, is so discouraging. Well, I guess it would be 4 if you counted real life in Cleveland or Orlando. Man, really disappointing. But team's going to be the same next year, so I'm just going to literally run it back. Next year, hoping for better results. We'll see if that happens or not. So we've had our best record by far in this final season. At least hopefully this is the final season. It's going to be. It has to be. 66-16. Tyronn Lue, really good season. I mean, we have the best coaching staff possible. We have a really good roster. If we don't get around one here, GG's, I guess. Like, good game. I'm done. But here are your final season stats. Brunson, this is kind of what I wanted from Simons. I didn't get that, so maybe I made a mistake on the Simons trade. But I I think the thought process is there, man. I do believe in real life Simons could be very good for Orlando if they think he's the right fit. But we got Charlotte in round 1. LaMelo, Stephon, Brandon Miller, Keegan Murray. They have a good roster. They also got Cole Anthony, it looks like, in free agency. But hopefully we get out round 1. Please get out round 1. I am out of here. I don't understand this damn game whatsoever. What do I gotta do to get out of round freaking 1? I have no idea. What a freaking failure, bro. GG's, bro. GG's. I'm out. I don't know what else to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.